Gender roles.
Gender roles. That's why I was late. Because what am I doing? I'm making coffee.
I was making coffee before you were even awake.
Where was my coffee? Before I was awake?
Yep, I was making coffee in my dreams.
That is untrue. Now let me get your. Can I fetch your coffee?
I'll
Let me
go
get it for you.
I'll go get it for you. Look,
Oh, look, I got it.
you're just being nice at this point. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. All right, let's see. Let's see if this Instagram thing's going live. Go live. Live and direct. Live and direct. Scene. Oh, what a sweetheart. Did you put cream in it?
Yeah. Yes. Here's a little stir stick. You need one of those?
Why are you kicking me?
How come I can't see me?
You're in there somewhere. Oh, this is just... No, man. See, this is the problem with Instagram is that you gotta, like, zoom way... What are you doing?
I was giving you the stir stick.
You gotta zoom way out on Instagram because it just shows this.
Take it off then.
No. I'm gonna try and move it and hope it doesn't just jack everything up.
Just leave it alone.
Whatever, you leave it alone. Let's talk about gender roles. What's on your phone? What are you looking at right now? What?
A friend sent me some pictures.
Captain Soup. What does that say? Oh my God,
Get off my phone, Drew.
Man, I don't need to be seeing that. You crazy stuff.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We don't
Happy after Christmas.
I know. Look, let me try and move the
fix
camera.
this.
I'm getting there.
No. I don't mind that one. I don't like this.
No, man, it's the same thing. I have to move this out because of Instagram. But
then
look,
if you move it out, you
What?
become further away. Well, they'll just talk to you.
Good
there.
morning, honey.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little, I don't know.
What? Post-holiday?
Post-holiday exhaustion.
Messing everything up.
Post-holiday.
Let's see if that works. Without cutting something off. Look, is that better? Look, here we go. Whoa. We moved out. Whoa. Let me move this down now. Post-holiday what, babe?
None of us are in frame. You can see my eyelash.
I like your eyelashes. Anyway.
This is distracting me.
What? Okay, but yes, that's because, man, this thing's weird. I just put the camera on you. How about that? Oh, we're having trouble loading this video.
Go back to the normal way, please.
No.
We went through this the last time. Just go back to the normal way.
It isn't a normal way. Look. There. Whoa, is that better now? See? I'll move it far out, man. There, look, and you see all the junk, though. That's the problem is when you move it around like that.
Honey.
What?
It didn't do anything.
It didn't. Like, you just have to get closer together like this. Anyway, good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm good.
Post holiday what?
Post holiday.
Talk to me. Like, see?
We just need to get closer together.
That's all it is, really.
Okay.
You just have to love me more. If you just love me more.
Well, maybe I'll just look at you. Post-holiday nonsense. Let's talk about how the holidays are so exhausting. They're exhausting and they're trying on everybody. I think that there's expectations that don't always meet reality. Let's talk about, I had a friend say, hey, I feel genuinely pretty bad because Santa brought all the gifts for the kids and they weren't even slightly amused. Right? And that makes Santa Claus feel pretty bad because you put this giant effort into creating these beautiful memories and creating that spark.
Beautiful memories for who, though? Like, that's the problem. That's the most selfish shit. What?
How is that selfish?
Oh, I feel so bad because I didn't get the reaction I wanted from the kids' Christmas presents. What?
Or
First of all,
hold on. What if it was just really dismissed? No,
all,
it feels bad. We've all been there.
How many people went to church for Christmas?
I don't know. I can't answer that. We went to church.
So is Christmas about gifts or is Christmas about religion? There's a fun topic.
I'd say probably at this point both.
I saw some of our friends there at Christmas. Hi, look, Victoria's online.
Yeah,
we
I think Christmas is about both.
We should invite the entire neighborhood over to be a part of the show.
We could do that.
We could have a roundtable discussion.
Not today,
about religion.
Okay, so going back to the expectations and be open to what I'm saying. Don't just shut it completely down.
Go, I'm not.
It's that parents, moms, maybe more than dads, have this idea of creating the perfect holiday and putting the pressure on ourselves.
Why moms more than dads?
Well, because you were just really dismissive about it right now. So I was trying to have a conversation, and you said,
No.
maybe
But what you're saying is that moms, that it's like a mom's holiday for kids.
I'm not saying it's a mom's holiday, but I'm saying it is normally the mom who puts up the decor. Normally it's the mom who makes sure that all the gifts are wrapped. Normally it's the mom who makes sure that the breakfast is out.
I disagree with that.
Well, going back to gender roles, yeah.
Well,
you can disagree with it, but it doesn't make it not true.
Well,
At least not in my mind. There's a lot. I think.
yeah, there's the first clip of the day.
Well, you
can disagree all you want.
You can disagree, but make it not true. It's the constant cleaning and the constant cleaning up, and the kids are home, and you want everything to look tidy, and you have these expectations for things to just go perfectly, and then when they don't, there's a letdown.
Well, yeah, but a letdown.
There's a letdown. It's like having
okay, so
with any expectation, when it doesn't go the way that you had initially planned or mapped out in your head, it's a letdown. So
but you can't get pissed because kids aren't happy with their
Nobody's
gifts.
pissed. You're just let down.
Okay.
Nobody's talking about getting angry. No one's taking it out on children. But we've all been there when maybe the enthusiasm of the stuff that you put out or the effort that you made.
Oh my God, you're talking about me.
No, I'm not. I mean, I can talk about you, but I'm not specifically talking about you. I'm just saying, can you imagine if the vast effort that Santa put building a desk until 3 o'clock in the morning went completely unnoticed? You'd feel a little like, wow.
Well, I mean, you
that's,
can't win them all, but it's nothing to get bummed about.
But that is such an idealistic way to think about it. We can be real people for a second and know that, you know what, being let down is kind of shitty.
Well,
it's kind of shitty that, you know.
Were you let down with any of your gifts?
No.
Put you on the spot. Where's the microphone?
No, I wasn't let down with anything.
Did you know you were getting any of the gifts? Did you peek?
No. I did not peek. For
Are
the
you
first
sure?
year ever, I didn't peek. And I'll tell you why.
What? You peeked before?
I always kind of peek.
Oh, what a dick.
Well, it's because I don't like to be surprised. And I don't want to have any letdowns. So I need to mentally prepare myself for what's to come. And so sometimes I peek around. But it's not even peeking around. I just get the same credit card statements.
Well, I know. That's why I have to have hidden credit. Even our son knows I have to have a hidden credit card. Moms and dads should try and do 50-50. I agree.
No,
100%.
absolutely. And I think that you do help. I'm not saying at all that you don't, but I'm saying traditionally, I think it's the women that put the pressure on themselves. It's the women who need the outfits, the pictures, the stuff. You're not running around concerned about if our PJs match or not.
But I don't think that's a women thing. I think that might be.
It might be a Jessica
That
thing.
might be a you thing.
Yeah. Okay. And so I'll be
You're
honest.
the one who
there
puts
was
the emphasis on
the Christmas cards that I couldn't get out on time. Right. Normally I have them out December 1st, and this year it just got ahead of me, and they didn't go out until right before Christmas, and so.
But they were great.
They were great, and it ended up fine. But giving myself the room and the breath to say it doesn't have to be perfect, and if they don't get the cards into New Year's, who cares?
But
who really cares?
I don't know.
No one cares. That's the thing.
That's not true. That's not true. Christmas cards, I think, still go a long way. It was funny. We had someone come over. Definitely go, nope. Well, yeah, but I mean, come on. Anyway, hold on. Back on Christmas cards.
Yeah.
Christmas cards, I think we had someone come over to the house in Mount Colorado. I don't see her on here, so I'm going to talk shit. But I'm not going to mention names. We had someone come over and they're like, dude, did you guys really get this many Christmas cards? And we're like, no, there's more in the bag. And she was like, we've only gotten a handful of them. But, you put an effort into Christmas cards every year. And I say you because it is you. You do that. And I like that you do it. I mean, I licked a whole lot of envelopes this year. I stamped a whole lot of envelopes. But you hand-addressed every single one of them.
Yes.
I will say that I'd be happy to help hand address it, but my penmanship is absolutely terrible.
I don't need you to hand address it because I think it's part of my meditation for the holidays. It's what I do. I sit down with a glass of wine and I write them all out. But again, the pressure is pretty intense, right? There's how many Christmas trees up in this house? There's hold on. These are things that I've taken on to myself, and every year I feel like, what do I add now? How do I make it even more Christmassy? What else do I do?
I like a single Christmas tree, a natural, 100% real Christmas tree.
If anybody knows Drew, he knows he's totally FOS right now.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who always, dude, I didn't want an artificial tree ever. And you pushed and pushed, and I was like, fine, whatever.
Well, because who has to clean up all the little needles?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Remember the year I got the rash all over my
Remember
arms?
when you took out the Christmas tree through the window and
Yeah,
it
was
went the
hilarious.
wrong way and all the pins went everywhere? Okay, so
That's funny. But then the ornaments. The kids call our tree the mall tree because they said it looks like the mall.
they have their own tree over there. And
But
it's a
that's
tree
what I'm
with
saying.
all the-
We don't
the
have to
stuff.
have 4 Christmas trees.
I do it. I'm not saying that you do it. I'm
Okay.
saying that the expectation on myself
But the question,
to make sure that
hold
it's
on. The
appropriate
question
for
was,
me is
do moms put the weight on themselves? This isn't a mom or dad thing. This is a Jessica puts all of this.
I'm sure that half of the women on this chat do the same thing. Have you
Well-
been to Victoria's house?
Oh,
It's
yes.
perfect. It is perfect. All the Christmas stuff is out and it is perfect. So anyway, but it goes back to that whole, you want that perfect photo and you want all this stuff. And I hate to say it because I'd like to think
You
that I'm
want the
above it
perfect
all.
photo.
I'd like to think that, oh, I'm too cool and I don't
How
really
many
care.
pictures do you think
But
you
I do
took?
genuinely care. I love that people pose in front of the tree.
Is it a generational thing? Ooh.
I don't know. I used to be
Jesus is
perfect.
calling me old.
Well, you are. Jesus also mentioned that he was washing dishes. How many dishes have you washed this season?
I watched I broke a bunch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. My mom put up 3 trees and 5,000.
You see, it's definitely okay. So let's play devil's advocate real quick.
Go.
Wipe it all out. Assume that I have one tree.
Yeah.
And it's got all the hodgepodge decorations,
Hodgepodge.
the hodgepodge decor, and that's it. That's it. You're not saying that the magic of Christmas doesn't come alive when you walk in and see the first tree outside, and then the garland, and then the second.
I
and
don't
the third,
think
and
the magic of Christmas is
the right word.
designated by how many trees we
Okay,
have.
well then maybe next year we try it your way.
I don't think the kids, first of all,
The
would give a
kids loved
shit
it.
if there's
No,
4
the
trees
kids
or 1 tree.
Loved it.
Should we brag about 5,000? Thank you.
my
Yes,
gosh.
us moms have this innate thing in us to create the perfect Christmas and make special memories for our kids. But so do dads. That's what I'm saying. It's not
But
just
it's
about...
different. The dad stuff is a little bit different. You're napping on the couch while we're making sure that everything else still looks
Shit
perfectly.
talker. Wow, dude.
It's just different.
Let's go back to gender roles.
Well, let's go back to the
As long
gender
as
roles.
supper is made by the time I get home from work,
Hey,
we'll be okay.
I'm the first one to say, as long as you can pay for the 5 trees, it's fine. Go back to your gender roles.
This segment brought to you by Accurate Vascular Diagnostic Center. If you need to accurately diagnose your vascular centers, please go visit Accurate Vascular Diagnostic Center.
Anyway, okay, moving on before you and I end up in fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs. What kind of cuffs?
Oh my. Anyway, yes. You see what Jesus is saying?
I
He's
sent
right.
T-Mobile for 3 hours getting everyone new phones.
That's a dad thing. I'm
Right.
not going to go to T-Mobile and wait for 3 hours. It's not going to happen.
Jesus, they have this thing called the internet.
But you know what I am going to do, Jesus? But I am going to spend countless amounts of hours trying to find pajamas that match everybody in our house. Like, that's, it's just different. But I'm not going to go to Best Buy, and I'm not going to go do T-Mobile stuff. Like, that's not going to happen.
It's true.
It's just
Hey,
different.
so you and I had this conversation. The phone thing, I didn't want to sit and wait for the phone thing. We did very, very few electronics this year.
Yeah, we did almost.
But not on purpose. I don't
He
think
got like Fleet got like a RC car and
Yeah,
the boat thing for the pool
The
is
RC
actually
boat,
an
yeah.
RC boat, but we didn't do any video games. We didn't do any handheld
man.
devices.
We didn't even
type
do
stuff.
Roadblock,
Roblox
whatever the fuck
bucks.
they're called. Robux.
Robux. We didn't
didn't
do
do
any of that stuff. No.
Yeah, we did books. What's so cool is that when I was a kid, I liked the Guinness Book of World Records, and that's one of our son's favorite books.
Y'all are nerds.
Jesus,
wanna know what-
you're just teeing through this morning, aren't
No,
you?
I love you and your quirkiness.
Yeah, quirkiness.
No, but I will say that my favorite.
I've never, ever been like, oh, I love my wife and her quirkiness.
I like it. I like that.
Speaking
you
of
guys
quirky, the king of quirk just joined. Look at that.
encyclopedias.
Ernesto Fidel is online.
Do you think he's got his pants on?
He's, he's cover to cover. Yes, man. What was
Cover to cover?
the biggest donut, the world's largest donut? I think that was the one. He wanted to see if the record had changed from.
I
year
did
to year.
also get him a book called Fart Facts.
We do all the cooking wrong, all the baking wrong, all the outfit matching yes, booking of the Christmas experiences meh. I'm exhausted typing this. Yes.
You are 100% right. And plus, our neighborhood is a little special.
Well, yes.
It's a magical place to live.
It is a magical place to live. But I disagree on all the cooking and all the baking.
Do you, what was the last meal you cooked?
Oh, I'm not saying that I cooked this holiday season.
You normally make the cookies. What happened?
But I'm not the only one that. I'm just saying. I'm talking for the larger group of dads that are out there. It's not just the moms that do the cooking.
But it is called Drew and Jess in the morning, so we're talking about us here.
Well, now it's called Drew and Jess in the morning. Round Rock, Texas' biggest donut. Just saying.
I've never had it, but I've heard that it's really good.
I know, we drove right by it.
So I don't eat donuts.
Except for the ones that are left over.
I didn't eat them.
That must be a mouse then, because we must have a lot of mice.
No, every now and again I'll take a bite because I do like the way a donut
tastes.
But I won't eat a whole
hold
donut.
on. I want to know. I'm going to call you out.
Call me out.
You say you don't eat things.
I don't eat donuts.
Okay, so like if you say you don't eat donut or you don't eat pumpkin empanadas.
That's not
this
true.
Is what
I eat
Jess
pumpkin
does.
empanadas.
Jess goes and she opens up the little deal and then she cuts it and she tears off half of it and then tears off half of that and then puts it down and she eats that quarter piece. And then 10 minutes later she comes back and she eats the other quarter. And then 10 minutes later she comes back and eats the other half. And she's like, well, I didn't eat it. Honey,
but genuinely, why don't I eat donuts?
Even if you eat a little bit of at a time, it counts as a whole thing eventually.
I have not had a donut, Drew. Why don't I eat donuts?
because you're allergic to them.
No.
You say they give you heartburn.
They give me really bad heartburn, so if I eat them, I'm not going to feel good.
Then I don't know where they magically disappear to.
How many donuts? You said yesterday, and I quote, you shoved the entire donut.
I did not. I shoved
the entire donut in your mouth, and you
Jessica
said,
school of thought.
You said, these have to go. These have to go, and you shoved the entire donut in your mouth, and I was like, go where? Where are the donuts going?
Like, these donuts are going to go bad. We need to eat them quickly.
I was like,
hey, man, you don't want to waste donuts. It's rude.
no, Drew, you can
Those
waste
cost
donuts.
money.
It's fine. It's totally fine to get rid of the donuts. Holy moly, moving on to a better topic, not our terrible eating habits. And you're right. I don't eat a lot of things. I just bite them.
Oh, my God. You want to
I
talk
check
about...
them for poison is what I do continuously.
You want to talk about terrible eating habits? You want to talk about my journey?
No.
We haven't talked about that yet.
No, we already
About
did
losing
talk.
weight.
We already talked about it.
Okay,
We talked
whatever.
about last week.
I mean, like a little.
No.
Whatever.
No.
Speaking of journeys, Vegas is coming up in 2 weeks.
It is.
Where are we eating?
Where are we eating?
We eat a little bit of a time. A lot.
No, I did make some dinner reservations. Hopefully they'll pay.
Yes, it was Shipley's. It has to be Shipley's, man. Has to be Shipley's.
You know, the Krispy Kreme in my mind smells better than Shipley's. I think it's just sugar.
Disagree.
Okay.
Disagree. Here, scoot over this way
can
because
disagree.
on
I'm not
Instagram you can only see half of our faces, and it's way better if people
I don't
just...
think it makes a difference.
You're more fun to watch.
You're not gonna see me on here.
There.
I look like a little gnome
You're not a little gnome.
with my nose sticking
You're
out.
the pretty one.
Did we talk about Frankie?
We did. Frankie's asleep over there.
I don't know.
Look,
Frankie
see?
sleeps a lot.
There. Now you're in.
But I
Now
don't
it's
want to
on
be
you.
on it by myself.
Too bad.
No, that's awkward.
Well, no, but I can't move
close.
the camera all the way back.
Well, maybe you should move it all the way back.
Hold
Get
me
off
closer.
Get off this
tight.
stream. This is awkward.
It's not this.
Me. It's just me now.
All right, let me.
Sorry,
move this.
guys. Hey, so our friend is getting, she's going into surgery. Prayers that everything works out and it's all great. She's been in a lot of back pain. I didn't realize how debilitating pain can be, right? So, like, if you have a toothache or you have a backache or you have a stomach ache, it's,
Is that better? Look.
I don't know. But it is, it's to the point where you can't really hang out. You can't be around people because it.
Look, I think we have to go now.
I think
Yes,
so.
I know. Yes, she's. Is she in yet? Do you know? She's not in the chat, so I guess
I think
she's.
it's happening right now. So that was that.
Look, this is you can see all the junk now. That's the only problem with all this is that now when I zoom out like that, you can see all the. all the
Okay, but is
crap.
this a shot that they can see?
This is the shot that everyone sees on Facebook and on YouTube and everything
You
else.
probably
But
shouldn't stream it on Instagram,
Listen,
then.
but Instagram trims it so that you can only see this. It's a total pain in the ass. So,
I'll tell you.
well, I don't know.
Oh, I know what we can talk about. I went to the food trucks the other night, and it was great, except that there's only 2 food trucks open. So does anybody have a schedule? Are they just not open all the time?
know,
How does this
man.
work? Because I've been wanting to try that Diego's
The water
Farm to
bill.
Table.
Yes, and every time we go, it's closed.
Every time we go,
haven't been
it's
able to eat
completely
there
closed.
at all. Oh, look there. There. See?
That's a
Oh,
lot of
no, it's
moving.
all on me.
Or it's fine.
Just come closer to me, honey. Just come closer. Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
I think I like the other studio better.
Well, we're trying it out. This is straight up from the kitchen, dude.
Well, maybe we should have gone to work.
Look at that. Oh, why go to work?
What do you mean?
Anyway, okay, so what else are we going to talk about? We already covered gender roles.
Gender roles.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to hit on that. Was just that the holidays really are exhausting.
I just don't think the holidays are more mom than they are dad.
I think that
I disagree with that statement.
Perhaps the statement that I made is not entirely accurate. I just felt like this particular holiday was a little more, I don't know, bulldozing than any other holiday.
We had 17 million people in the house this holiday.
I think that it was
Like now it's all me.
a lot of
I can't learn this thing right. It's
I
really
don't-
messing with
I don't
my
like
head.
it.
Hey guys, food trucks are open mainly on Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, okay. So if we want to try all the food trucks, we have to go on Friday or Saturday.
Oh, I don't know how that works, man.
Well, I don't know either, but we did like the weather's been incredible, so it was nice to go out there and check it out. I don't think anybody's on this anymore, honey.
What are you talking about?
No, the camera angle.
I know the camera angle is all messed up. I don't know, whatever, or cool tech stuff. Major sciatica pain. It's by far the worst pain. Yeah, dude.
So much so you can't talk or you don't want to be around people, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So prayers for T to get it all worked out and that she comes out of there feeling a lot better.
Yes, I know, man. I hope she does. That's a lot of stuff. Diego's Sue says Diego's is good. Yeah, well, I wouldn't know.
It's always closed.
But they did have raspas, and then we ended up having, a terrible dinner. It was good food, but we had spiro papas and elote and agua frescas and arepas for dinner.
Hey, I will say
In
that
that order. And that was like probably not the best decision we could have made for eating food that evening.
compared to the countless tamales, pozole, and cookies.
Oh
that we've
my
been eating.
God, dude! La India Tamales killed it
They did a great job.
this Christmas. Yes, we got 15 dozen,
And we ate them all.
and we ate. Did we really eat all of them?
I think there's like half a dozen left.
Dude, the pollo con queso were so good.
Mm-hmm.
They were so good, and the little salsas that they brought were fantastic, and the pozole was on point, on point. So. A lot of love to La India. And Monica, thank you for bringing those over. That was great.
Something else that we discovered that was delicious.
What?
I went to a friend's Christmas thing with our daughters. It was moms and daughters Christmas event, and she had these tiny little bottles of tamarindo flavored vodka. And we were taking shots of them.
Dude.
And it was delicious. But this isn't the right brand. So then my sister, being super cool, went to Specs or one of the liquor stores.
Clearly, this one was bad. There's like one shot left in it.
But so this one was the
Chamoy.
Stoli version, and guys, it's delicious. I was just having the conversation how I really don't drink all that much anymore because I don't really like the way anything tastes, and it's not worth the calories. And I will say that this, with a little bit of topo and some lime, was absolutely delicious.
Yes, that was good.
There was no drinking of any sort for me. Like, I didn't drink to excess at all. I had full intentions on I'm going to overindulge, and it didn't happen.
My 21-year-old son decided that he was going to get hammered and like to the point of puking for the first time.
Ew, why? Like it was a conscious effort? Like, I'm going to go this far?
No, I think what happened was they were having some drinks, and then he has found a fascination with Guinness beer, and so he's drinking Guinness beer, and they were seeing how fast they could drink a can of it, and I was like, that's a terrible idea. And then they start drinking eggnog.
Oh, God.
And I was like, you rookie, like what are you putting in your body, man?
Why?
Who does dry January?
I've never done it.
We've got a couple friends that do it.
Dry January?
Yes, every year, just to try it out.
I don't. I'm going to Vegas. There's
Yeah,
no dry.
we're going to Vegas in 8 days, definitely. Dry
Terrible.
January. Wait, hold on.
Terrible
What's a
idea.
terrible idea? Dry January
Dry.
or Guinness and eggnog?
Well, okay, so
I don't know which one's
well,
worse.
I will say though, as I've gotten a little more
Forget about
mature, we don't. There's no overindulging, right? Like it's a glass of wine, it's this or that. So I don't ever feel like I need to really.
We drank
dry
2
out.
bottles of wine last night.
There's no we.
Ooh, I may have drank 2 bottles of wine last night. I was having a good old time, man. I was sitting there catching up with a friend, drinking a bunch.
Yeah, no, it was a great evening. It was an unexpected great evening.
You know what I found is that we bought these wine glasses at a estate sale, and they were like those old school ones, and wine tastes so much better out of those. Like it's so much easier to drink, man.
It makes it easier.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe you were just in a mood yesterday.
No, it was great. Look, these are the best. Look, these guys.
No, I think you were in a feeling groovy type of mood.
Yeah, I might just pour a glass of wine right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
This is shit. It's 5 o'clock tomorrow. Look at these cups, man. They look like little tulips or whatever.
I don't know if anybody can see anything with you.
Yeah, watch. Look, ready? Ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Whoa, look at the tulip cup. Anyway, wine tastes really, really good out of these cups.
I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to talk about something serious.
All right.
Because
politics. Why did the Civil War start? Don't ask Nikki Haley because she won't say slavery. What a punk ass. Anyway.
That's not where I was going. I was actually going to talk about that influencer that physically abused her children and is now...
What?
So she was an influencer and she was online telling other people how to be like a good parent.
Oh, yeah.
And it turns out that she was a terrible parent, so much so that her child escaped and made it to the neighbor's house and was malnourished and had been tied up. And then other allegations have come out saying that she like pushed them into cactuses and crazy things like that.
What was her name? Ruby Frank?
And she was an influencer with tons of followers.
Mom influencer Ruby Frank charged with 6 counts of child abuse. This is from September.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Well, okay. What about it?
Nothing. It just struck me as wow, and not everything online is believable. 1 and 2. How
multiple physical injuries and torture, starvation, and
so
malnutrition.
Here's this, but that's what I'm saying is
life.
like facades and fake being so incredibly fake is real. It's a thing. Like we have to be careful who we're allowing to influence ourselves, our lives, and our children's lives. This is someone who was followed by thousands and was abusing her children.
Well, see, we're followed by 9, and we don't abuse our children.
No.
What does that tell you about society?
What does that say? Okay, I made the wrong recipe of cookies going back to Christmas traditions. So normally Drew and the kids will make snickerdoodles.
We will.
This year, no one felt like baking.
I played golf all day yesterday.
And so I said, I'll take matters into my own hands and I'll make the cookies. And I
made different cookies.
I was looking, so the recipe, there was 2 recipes on one page, and I followed the sugar cookie recipe. Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy them?
Yeah, they were good.
But not as much as the...
I mean, they were... What?
I thought that was the dog.
No, it's Frankie. Look,
let's introduce Frankie to...
Look, she's gone back to... She likes the little spot on the floor more than she likes sleeping in her little bed.
And look who's making us happy.
Look at this. Look at this little thing.
Can you say hi? She's a, what is she?
She is a Shih Tzu and Pug combined, and our son really likes to call her a shit pug.
She's a shit pug.
But she's a Pug Zoo is the official name.
A Pug Zoo.
And she's like 2.5 months old, and her name is Francesca. What a regal name! Look at this regal face. She's like a long-haired pug. I don't know. What do you think, baby? What do you think? Where's your baby?
She's so sleepy.
Yes, she's asleep. Anyway, so this is Frankie. Dylan Charlie came over to borrow vanilla, waiting on my cookies. Oh, man, right?
I have a whole bunch, Victoria. Come on over.
Yes, we're supposed to do a cookie exchange in the neighborhood.
Oh, I got really excited about the cookie exchange. Talking about adding more pressure to people. So our neighborhood already does a ton of stuff, and especially for the holidays. I mean, there's a whole Christmas party. Santa comes over, and then we have a golf cart parade, the whole thing. Well, I wanted to add one more because I got inspired by a cookie magazine that I found laying around. I was like, look at this. And so I wanted to do a cookie exchange.
Is it the one that you thought was...
From this year,
Yeah.
And so I sent a group message out, and nobody responded.
Good.
Except for maybe one person was like, ooh, this sounds fun. And then the day that we were supposed to do it, and then I didn't follow up because nobody seemed excited about it. So I was like, okay, well, that wasn't going to work out. Make a long story short,
Well, this is great. Keep talking.
Make a long story short, the day that we were supposed to do the cookie exchange, one of my beautiful neighbors is like, "Hey, Jess, I'm in the kitchen making cookies. What time is the exchange?" And I was like, "Oh, we're not doing it anymore." Because nobody agreed to doing it. So,
well,
sorry about that, but yeah, adding more pressure. Too much. We're all exhausted.
So look, I hadn't gone back on the chat on Facebook. It's been fantastic. Our loyal Linda is listening in. Moms put pressure on themselves. We want to create magic for our families. Magic sparks from heart of love shared by families spread throughout neighbor. Whoa. Let's see what else. I don't know who this is, but it's funny. Oh my God, this lady looks like Medusa. This guy must drink a bottle of wine to make this lady attractive. Well, that's exciting.
Oh, is that with me?
Hang out with the probably needs what? Cheers. Stay right.
This is probably thing. Oh, we have a troll!
Oh, yay, we got a troll! Oh, this is so good. Drew is drunk. He's like, how did I end up here? Oh, we have a troll! Yay!
Honey, when you get out of work, do you go have dinner at the strip club?
I haven't been to a strip club.
According to Paul Peters, you do.
In a very long time. I don't even know the last time I went to a strip club.
Well, let's not talk about it now.
Yeah, dude, I can't even... No, sorry.
Anyway, okay, so what was it? Oh, New Year's resolutions.
Oh, okay. Well, no, we're not even there yet. Oh, yeah, we
yet.
are like in 3 days. Yes, New Year's resolutions.
So New Year's Eve is on Sunday.
Yes, I'm going to follow through with 2 projects that I've been working on, and I'm very excited because they're things that I thought, you know what, let me take a crack at these and see where they go, and I think this year I'm going to try and knock both of them out and get them done. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, well, I'm excited for you.
So that's my resolution, is to complete two projects that have been long-standing, just sitting out there.
I have a big goal this year.
Uh-oh. Go, what is it?
I have a big goal. Mine's a work goal, though.
Oh, okay.
Well, yours was a work goal.
What is it? What's your work
That
goal?
didn't seem excited at all.
Go,
You're like,
go. Well, no, I thought it was going to be something like exciting, like we're going to go to Italy or something, or buy a house in the Mediterranean.
Well, I think all of that happens if I can meet my work goal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it all comes in hand. But so this year, I had told myself that I was going to work harder than I've ever worked before. So for the past 6 months, so I changed careers, in case I didn't tell you, everybody doesn't know. So I changed careers, and so it's been a little bit of a wonderful frenzy of getting familiar with all the new things that I'm doing and how to do all of that and mastering all of these things.
What's your goal?
My goal is to validate this year.
Okay.
Which means that I will have brought in what I'm worth, what the company has deemed that I'm worth over the course of 3 years. And so if I can do that within 9 months of being hired,
Then
I'd be really cool.
Okay.
In my
Well,
eyes. So talk about pressures, right? Like pressures that you put on yourselves, but this is a big one, and we'll see. We'll see where I end up in June, but I think I can do it.
I think you do.
I think I can do it. I'm really excited to do it. So because it's just one more
check off the box.
Yeah, like I can do this. Good. So I'm really excited about that. That's
Good.
what I want to do this year.
Yes.
And aside from that, hadn't thought too much about it, but I'd like to simplify routines, simplify stuff.
She wants to go outside. I'll be right back.
I think she has to go potty.
I know. Is that where she went?
I don't know where she went. Yeah, so having a puppy in the house is like having a newborn again. It's a constant taking care of her and feeding her and taking her to the bathroom and all of the good stuff. We were dying to have a dog. We had Harold for 14 years, my beloved Harold, the pug, and he passed a year ago. And so we'd been talking and toying with the idea of getting a dog, and it finally came true yesterday, and we were very excited to pick up Frankie. But I will say that I had forgotten about all of the nuances that come with a puppy, and that's just incredibly hard, right? The crying at night and getting up and having to take her out, and no one's really sleeping right now. But very happy to have her. So talk to me again in 3 weeks and see if I haven't, gotten earmuffs or thrown her into the laundry room for overnights. We're trying to manage where she's sleeping and how she's going to keep everybody up. Anyway, so Drew went to go take her outside, and while he's gone, I do kind of want to talk a little bit about these pressures a little bit more. I know that sometimes we don't realize how blessed we are, and it's not that I take anything for granted or that we've been taking anything for granted. So I'm not meaning anything negative by saying that the pressure this holiday season was a little intense. Just kind of trying to learn how to navigate all of the feelings and the emotions that come with trying to put on something magical for everyone all the time. And that this week was a little more, I don't know, I think intense than it's been prior years. Or maybe we just take the whole season and we forget about it because we get so excited about Christmas that full circle, when we come back to it, we do it all over again, even though we've told ourselves that we're not going to do it as much or as hard, and we're going to be more careful with how we feel and what we're putting out. I did have a girlfriend say that she was going to only give the kids each one or two gifts, I believe. And one of them was from Santa and one of them was from themselves. And I asked her afterwards how that panned out and if it worked out. And she says that they were quite delighted. The kids took the time to really play with the toys. And that in itself feels good, right? Because they're appreciating and they're looking, and it means a lot. And going back to another friend of ours whose daughter decided that she wanted to donate all of her Christmas money and buy gifts for other families was something that was really touching. So I think moving into this year and kind of what New Year's Eve resolutions are, it's being more thoughtful and intentional about what we put out in the world.
I missed it.
Well, did she pee?
No, she didn't pee, but I wanted to come back in.
I ranted. I ranted a little bit about just kind of the pressures that we put on ourselves and what we're trying to put out. What are we trying to do? At the end of the day, like what's it all for? Yeah. So coming into 2024, what are we working so hard for? What are we trying to do? What's the accomplishment this year?
To not have 5 Christmas trees? You want to simplify?
Well, but then what do I do with them?
Donate them.
Donate my trees?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 37. I was just trying to see how long we've been on. I've thought about that.
We donate toys to toys. Also, my aunt came into the house and she mentioned that her husband's company had taken a very large toy donation, and so they had collected something like over 500 unopened toys, right? Mm-hmm. And they went out to some neighborhoods that needed it.
Oh yeah,
and they were in big giant trucks, and they got to play Santa Claus for a little while, and all the community kids came out, and they were able to just give kids toys with no asking, right? Like, oh, do you qualify? Is it, do you have to fill out this form? Like, nothing like that. It was just like, hey, we have 500 toys and we'd like to give them to children in this community.
You know what's cool is that
they handed them out, and that it was incredibly special.
The Lexus dealership does that to the neighborhood that's right behind them.
Yeah.
Every year they go out and they play Santa Claus to the neighborhood that's right behind them, which is kind of cool.
Right.
Anyway. Yeah,
and so that's all the feel-good stuff that I think maybe was missing, right?
This year? Well, I think I feel like you were inundated this year. There was a lot going on.
We did that drive during Thanksgiving that feels good, right? It's teaching the kids something. But during Christmas, it just got so busy. Like, the month of December was insane. And I can't believe it's over. And I can't say, like, that's so wrong because I didn't make the time to do anything specific for someone else, right? To help in some way, shape, or form. And maybe that's really what was missing.
Yeah, so we got a little caught up this year.
Upon reflection, we were really caught up.
Yes, it was weird. It was, it was interesting to have a house full of people that aren't normally here. Were here, like the kids came down from California, all 3 of them, which was interesting. It's the first time.
No, and so incredibly.
The 24-year-old, the 21-year-old, and the 19-year-old were all in the house, and then we had your sister here, your mom here, and then your sister brought a friend, and her parent or her mom was here, and it was
and her stepdad, right?
Boyfriend.
Yeah.
It was like a large variety of people
and
from all over the place.
And again, there was nothing bad. It was so great to have the house full of people. But I think sometimes as you're hosting and you're running around trying to make sure that things are okay in the house, you don't get to have maybe the conversations that I wanted to have. So if I could go back and rewind, I'd say I would have stopped myself from picking things up perhaps and taken a minute to sit down and just enjoy people and
you were running around like crazy the whole time,
right? So that's and I think maybe afterwards you kind of sit there and you say,
okay,
it's all done, but I really would have loved to have gotten to know them a little bit better, or I would have loved to have gotten a minute to connect with you a little bit more. Because during this time, we're living in the same house and we're doing all the same stuff, but you're running around, you're so busy that by the time you even go to bed, you're just out. We're asleep. We're exhausted. There's no
like a bag of rocks.
This is probably the minute.
This is it. This is the minute that we've had to spend together.
Yeah.
The kids are off doing a little day camp, and it's just us and a little dog running around.
Yeah.
This is the quietest the house has been in 2 weeks.
And so it's important to kind of hold on. Let's take a minute.
Yeah.
So maybe moving forward, we go have a cup of coffee or something.
Well, I think but we also get used to, this is the whole reason that every other year we split.
Yeah, we leave.
We go out of town.
Yeah.
And we spend the holidays with just a couple of friends in a little Airbnb in the middle of nowhere.
We do that for Thanksgiving normally. So we miss Thanksgiving, and then when we come back for Christmas, we're kind of like, okay, we're ready to receive everybody. But this was Thanksgiving and then Christmas, and so it was quite a bit. Yeah. And again, nothing bad. I loved having everybody. I loved hosting everybody. I wish I would have taken more of time to just chat and leave the dishes, right? Or just leave the trash. And in my head, I was like, I gotta clean up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was good to have all the kids together.
It was.
All
really
5 of your brute.
Yeah, man, they were here. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was good to see everybody. They wanted to play. They wanted to play Halo against each other. That was one of the top requests. Was
my favorite part was seeing the kids run around with Nerf guns and pegging each other and
having a Nerf war in the backyard.
Having a Nerf war, and that was fun. It was fun to hear their laughter and to hear them playing and interacting because we don't get the big ones with the little ones all the time. So that was special. Mm-hmm. That part of it was special. You're very distracted with Frankie. She's gonna be fine.
She's making strange noises back there.
She's probably peeing on something.
Anyway, so this week is wrapping up. New Year's. What are we doing for New Year's?
I don't know. What are we doing for New Year's?
No plans, man. Usually we go to a nice dinner. We choose a nice restaurant, like a steakhouse or something, and we go grab dinner and we hang out. And then we come home and we count down and put the kids to sleep and fall asleep. I'm trying to think of
fall asleep.
Yeah, but
we don't ever really do fireworks or anything like that.
No.
Do you remember when Lansky's was open?
Yeah.
And they had we would do a dinner in there, and then they had
our
that
friend
side.
Our friend would throw a party there every year.
And every year we would go and we'd crash it for a little while. And Nola
3 years in a row.
Nola was little, and
speaking of happy birthday, Chuck, it was Chuck's birthday 2 days ago. Chuck used to have a party there.
We would have Nola come in, even though she was really little, and it was kind of an older crowd setting. And so we'd hang out with her there for a minute.
So Neve says you should check out Ambra. Listen, look, let me talk about Ambra real quick. I'm super excited that someone has made an investment that looks as cool as it does.
The place is beautiful.
And that offers what it does. But dude, the service there sucks, man. I'm going to call it like it is. Like the service there blows. The times that we've gone, it has been horrible. And it's not just there. The other El Forno restaurant, the original one, the Italian place, it sucks there too. It's like the Venn diagram. You can't have all of the things all at once. And dude, that the service there was so terrible. I went for a friend of ours' birthday, and they cooked all 3 of our steaks, like super well done. And the server comes over, 10 minutes later. He's like, "Hey, is everything good?" And we're like, "No, man." And he's like, "Okay." So he takes them back to the kitchen, and he comes back. He goes, "Do you want me to just heat those up and bring you guys the same ones?" And we're like, "Well, what are you going to do? Uncook? Like, you can't uncook a steak." The service there sucks balls, man. And that's so frustrating because it's such the quality of the food it tastes good when it's cooked appropriately. And the menu is awesome, and it's, price-wise, it's okay. I mean, you're paying for an experience. But dude, if their service is, I'm not going to go back. I have no reason to go back. Their service is terrible.
That is a scathing review.
Well, and then the thing is that then they're assholes about your timing, where they'll tell you, like, "Hey, your reservation is from 7:45 to 8:45, so we need you out of here by 8:45." And then they don't come and take care of you all night, and it's like, well, what the hell, man? I can't get out of here.
An hour limit?
Yeah, they're like, you can't get out of here. You can't get out on time if your service is going to be bad. So I think that Ambra is a step in the right direction, but dude, they're just blowing it on service. And the thing is everybody that I've talked to, who I've either been there with or people who go there, says the same thing. And people set aside the service factor because it's new and because it's exciting. And like, yeah, it's cool. The service sucks, but it's but it's a fun night out. Yeah, and it's like, okay, but I mean, man, fix it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that because my job will be decorating there for New Year. I'm sure it's gonna look. No, I'm sure it'll be
beautiful. and hold on, we've been together on a date. We went on a date once, and the service was not awful. It was great.
It wasn't that good.
It was the service. Our service was great.
I don't remember it being.
You don't remember our date night?
I remember our date night. I'm saying I don't remember the service being that good.
I don't remember it being bad.
Yeah, but then this time was just like, come on, man, are you serious?
Well, maybe it's because you guys were a bunch of dudes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You need some chicks.
You need some girls. You need to invite the wives out to a nice steak dinner.
Oh,
that's what it was. That's what it was. It was Jessica wasn't there.
She asks knowingly.
It's because I wasn't there. It's a little pricey. Right. It's yeah.
What's the It's more expensive than others. But the good news is we're getting another restaurant, another higher end restaurant in the valley. Yeah, where the old Civic Center used to be. They're going to be building something there, and there's rumors of a steakhouse going in there too, which Santa Fe, dude, you can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. The food's always good, the service is always good, the price is right. You can't go wrong. Santa Fe is just always spot on, man. It's always exactly what you're going to get when you go there. Their consistency has always been on point. What's she doing?
She's rabid. She's eating my sweater.
She's rabid.
Anyway, so yes, coming into the new year, we are going to, what are we going to do? Fun stuff going on. I think we're going to hit it hard with work.
Well, yeah.
Play hard. No, work hard, play hard. We're
going to Vegas on the first week for the Consumer Electronics Show, and then you're coming home, and I'm going out of town. I'm starting the month off with just work. First 2 weeks in January, or first 3 weeks in January is all work. And Drew in the morning got invited to Buzzsprout. Invited us to the. They paid for our ticket to go.
Did they watch the video?
To Podfest? Yeah, I had to submit a whole thing. So Buzzsprout has invited us to go to Podfest, which is a big podcasting conference in Florida, January 24th through 28th or something like that. So if it works out, maybe you and I can pop over there for a day or two.
What exactly is it?
I don't know, man. It's like a podcasters
learning
conference.
To be podcasters.
Yeah.
Learning to have somewhat of a script so that we're not just trailing on talking about nonsense.
Yeah.
Any gossip you want to talk about?
Not publicly.
You have gossip? No, I have nothing.
I have nothing that I'm willing to share.
I haven't even responded to messages. I'm like,
yeah, no,
I'm
nothing.
behind. Nothing you want to share?
No. There's it's interesting things going on, man.
I'm poking the bear.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's. So I'm 5 years older than you, and the stuff that my friends went through when I was your age. No, like the things that happened in my previous life, I'm seeing happen now with like your friends and our friends and stuff. And so it's like the cyclical marriage problems and this and that and affairs and whatnot. And so it's crazy. But it's interesting to hear the stories pop up, and that's all. Just.
And then forgetting, I think sometimes that we live in such a small community that really nothing.
Yeah,
nothing is a secret.
We had a friend. I'll say one of them was funny. We had a friend who went out on a date, and then immediately, one of my other friends was in the restaurant. I got a text message immediately guess who I just saw out on a date? It was dude, you can't. It's the Valley, man. One of my favorite things I've ever heard about dating in the Rio Grande Valley. Let me see if I can get this right without screwing up. Hold on. I don't want to screw it up. Hold on. It's dating in the. This is a guerra. This is an Isaac's words of wisdom. Dating in the Valley is like finding a parking space at La Plaza Mall during the holidays. As soon as you see a good one, you get close and you get ready to slide in. And as you're waiting to slide in, it turns out that as soon as they pull out, the person pulling in is someone that you know, and they cut you off anyway, and then everyone ends up screwed. I don't know. There's a whole thing about parking lots and that, but the valley's too small, man.
Well, we're a small community.
As soon as one becomes available, ends up that you know the person leaving and you know the person pulling in who just cut you off. You're
you
like,
say it like that. Oh, look, I'm totally out of picture.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway,
it's okay.
Look, you just joined.
Well, because now I'm trying to figure out how to get closer to you.
It's been here the whole time. You can see it. Anyway, yeah, dating. I still want to get the single. I want to get the single people on here to have a conversation because
we should host a speed dating.
I have learned. You know, we should talk about it, but without the cameras on and with voice changers, because I've learned so much from my single friends about where they go to get
information.
Things. Yeah, like where they go to meet people and what type of people they're trying to meet or what experiences they're trying to have. Like, do you just use one app or do you use multiple apps?
So here's a question or something that came up that I thought was interesting, right?
What?
I don't think... So I didn't get to do like the swiping stuff, like any of the dating apps, right? So I don't know what it's like to have a situation where you can kind of scroll and pick, right? But I will say, well, no, but what I will say is that there is, and we were talking about this yesterday, is that there's a chemistry that happens when you meet people, right? Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a platonic friendship, or whether it's, somebody that you're interested in dating or whatnot, but there's a chemistry of getting to know someone, right? Mm-hmm. So you go out and assume that you're at dinner by yourself, and whether you're married or not married is not the point. The point is there's a chemistry sometimes, and you meet somebody, and it doesn't have to be a sexual thing. It can just be a person that you want to know, or you end up like, oh, hey, we're in the same line of business, and before you know it, you're having this really great conversation with someone else, and that is chemistry.
That's right.
You can't do that on an app if you're swiping right or left.
That's right.
Like, you don't get to meet them. You have no idea what they're like.
But are you saying that don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Well, absolutely.
But hold on. You have to have some form of physical attraction to have a conversation in the first place. Or are you saying that, you know what, sometimes chemistry over what's the word I'm looking for?
Overrides any kind of initial physical attraction. I think so.
Are you willing to put up with an uglier person because they're really cool to hang out with?
Well, I think
Clearly.
I think that person becomes more attractive because they're really cool to hang out with. And because they're really fun, and that's personality. That's chemistry. Like, you can't do that on an app, or you'll end up dismissing someone that could have been incredible.
A lot of fun to hang out with
because you had this initial reaction to their physical appearance. Yeah. And
so
if people don't go out and meet in an organic way.
Well, that's what the whole first date thing is for, right? Is that you meet with someone, you go out and you have a coffee with them,
but that's a lot of time. So you're
it's
swiping.
The same shit that you
you're
would do
swiping.
if you meet someone at a bar, you'd be like, "Let's get together and go grab a cup of coffee and see if we like each other."
But there's a chemistry at the bar, or at the library, or at church, or at the grocery store.
I was seeing this thing that there was this church in Atlanta that's known for their singles functions.
Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting. A friend of mine from Atlanta goes to church at this one church, and at their church they have this whole single thing. I was like, that's interesting. Like, what a concept.
Well, what a great.
But they do like singles nights and like singles get-togethers. Well, I guess lots of churches do that.
Well, think about how
we don't. Our Lady of Sorrows doesn't have a singles night.
But maybe they do. We've just never heard about it.
Well, they don't advertise it in the bulletin. I've never seen like a deal like, hey, if you're single looking to mingle, why don't you hang out with a jingle jangle?
I've never seen a singles night type thing, but I don't know. I think we can't dismiss meeting people organically, and I think that sometimes and again, I don't know, right? Like, that's not how I met you, but I will say that I didn't meet you on an app.
Oh no! Or I was going to say organically.
And we met organically.
That was weird, man. Someday we'll have to tell that story.
And
I still have no idea how I knew that was you. Tracy was there.
Because I still look forever young. Forever young.
Forever young.
See, there's single groups.
I once talked to someone who was shorter than me, and we had great chemistry. Janelli doesn't count. Okay. Beauty fades, personality remains. I don't know if beauty fades. I think maybe beauty transforms. I was thinking about that the other day. I was looking at some people that were older, and I was like, do a couple that had been together for a really long time, and you're like, do people just, does beauty just transform, and then the person that you fell in love with, you just always see them the way that you see them, and like you don't ever see them as getting older, or like because when we're all old, it's
can
like,
I speak freely?
Go, what a dick! Here you go.
No,
Why
why do you feel like it's going to be awful? It's not going to be awful. I was going to say that I feel like with age, you've gotten so much more handsome.
Whoa!
Like,
wasn't expecting that one.
But is it because we've grown together? Because
your investment in me.
Because
I
really polished you up. I know, but like I love the gray hair. Yeah, and when I met you, you didn't have gray hair.
Yeah, I didn't. It's all you, girl. This one right here. You see that one? It's all you.
It's all me.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, but I do think that you can. I don't know. I still like you.
Our church has a singles group. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Lots of single group stuff. I don't know. I think that there's ways to meet people aside from apps, but maybe it works. But maybe we should take a poll and find out, hey.
But also, but there's also restaurants compared to fast food. Depends on what you want, right? So we have friends that are single who are like, hey, this is, all I'm looking for is not Mr. Right, but Mr. Right now.
Right.
Or someone who's
I'm just looking for a good time, and that's
yeah.
It. But couldn't you meet that out too? I don't know.
I think it's easy. It's easier if the lines. So here's what I've learned in talking to the singles. It's easier to, when the lines are defined, like this is what I want to do. This is what I want this to look like. Like I'm not interested. It's Friday night. I'm not interested in getting to know you. I'm not interested in understanding about your childhood or whatever. I'm just looking for someone to go out to a club with, have some fun. Maybe it ends up in something nasty, and then that's it. Like.
Nasty.
But what I'm saying is that you can define that, and that's easier. Say you meet someone at a bar, and you're like, you know what, that person looks like a lot of fun. I want to sleep with that person, but you've got to do all this work. Like, okay, let's go grab a coffee and let's get to know it. Like,
or you didn't notice, but they're wearing a ring, and suddenly they're married, right?
Yeah.
So like it's okay.
So it's easier to get on an app and just be like, filter it. This is what I'm looking for. Go.
And these are the top 4 people that I have filtered
that are
out.
doing this, that want the exact same thing as you do.
Well, then you have to really be sure of what you want.
And also you have to screen for STDs. Because STDs are constantly on the rise in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas.
Forget the STD. But
diabetes and STDs.
My goodness. No, but you do have to, I think, really know what you want. And as much as we all think that we know what we want, do we truly know what we want?
I don't know. Sounds like a topic for the next episode.
Right? Like, you got to know yourself.
Yeah. That being said, it's 11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. This one was a little all over the place. Sorry, guys.
Whatever. This is from the kitchen. So
from the kitchen. This is our coffee time.
Yeah.
The bottle of Stoli Chamoy over there.
I know. And the kids get out of camp here in 30 minutes. So I'm going to finish off these tacos. We'll talk to you all next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful, happy New Year. We hope you have a fantastic time with your friends and your family and people you love.
Make good decisions.
Or people that you don't know and you just go out with a bang.
You're so wild today, babe.
Well, no, it's I keep thinking about that thing at schools. They at the end of the
announcements?
The announcements in the morning at our daughter's school, and I know at a bunch of other schools they say, "Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours."
Ours.
Whatever. And I'm like, that's the dumbest shit you could say. It's like, make it a great day or not. Or whatever, go fuck yourself. Who cares? like it's a whole different vibe.
But that's not what they're saying.
Make it a great day or not, or don't, or maybe, or I don't really give a shit.
I think it's giving them the ability to make a choice.
No, but that's not the right way.
Have a good day or a bad day.
I don't agree with the way.
How would you word it? On our way out because it's 11. Hurry. How would you word it?
I wouldn't say make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Like that.
You would just say,
that's so lame.
You would just say, make it a great day?
No, because it's usually the kids that say that at the end of the announcements. And one kid just put the wrong emphasis on it one day, and it changed the way I heard it because he's like, make it a great day or not. The choice is ours. And I was like, wow. It's like, make it a great day or do whatever you want. Like, we don't really give a shit. Go to class, Get good grades or don't get good grades. C's get degrees. Whatever. See you later. Have a nice day.
Well, that's one way to see it.
Anyway. Well.
All right. So
to our wonderful audience, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Whatever. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.